Hey everybody, Doug A798 here. This is my review of the 2012 Avengers film. I said in my theatrical review of the Avengers film 2 years ago that I was gonna review this, give a full-length review of this film in the future after everybody has seen it. And with that being said, this is my review of the Avengers 2012 film. This film was awesome and still is awesome. This film, in my opinion, is one of the greatest film, probably one of the greatest films of our time, man. This film was awesome. I love this film. I love the build up to this film. I love the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe except for Iron Man 3. But I love the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love how all of those movies, all of those universes, all of those stories came together for one film. This film had everything: action, adventure, and comedy, and an all-star powered cast, man. This film was just awesome. This film had everything. One of the best superhero films of all time. Marvel truly connected the dots. When it comes to live action, Marvel owns DC. DC, one thing I can't stand about them, they do not like taking chances. They do not like taking chances, and they're sellouts. Marvel are sellouts too, but it's different when it comes to live action movies. DC do not like taking chances. They only want to do Batman and Superman. That is all they ever want to do, man. That is all they let people like Nolan come in and just ruin the Batman series with that realistic solo Batman universe garbage. I love how they did just like the comic. This movie did just like the comics did. They introduced you to the characters of Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Incredible Hulk, and Agent Fury, and all those other characters in their own separate films. Then brought those stories together for this film right here. I'm still waiting for DC to do that. They kind of started that with Green Lantern, but then they just went by the wayside and just continue to do what the hell they normally do. But this right here is what I want to see. This film totally exceeded my expectations for what I expected of this film. I just wanted a normal film with Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, the Incredible Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Fury with a decent script. No, this film gave me a strong, awesome script, awesome story, awesome complex story with these individual characters coming together to form Marvel's namesake team, the Avengers. And something that also caught me by surprise, they actually went along lines of the source material. They followed the comics to some degree. The characters in the Avengers originally came together because of something Loki did, and characters like Thor in his own movie, he had an update appearance with those silver sleeves on his armor. Here he takes the sleeves. Here he takes the sleeves off and actually has an updated appearance of his comic book counterpart. Hawkeye. One thing from the Marvel comic books that I was surprised in this film, he actually started off as a bad guy, but then became a good guy and went straight ever since. It was very different in this film than what happened in the comics, but I love how Hawkeye was a bad guy first, then became a good guy. And this film was just awesome. Another thing I love about this film, I love how this film at the same time parodies and kind of makes fun of the action comic book superhero genre by constantly making jokes, like in one of my favorite scenes, Tony Stark when he confronts Loki in Stark's building, in Stark's Industries, he's telling Loki there's no version where Loki comes out on top. No matter how you dice it, Loki will lose. Then at the end of the film, proving that is true, not only proving that is true, Loki, he looks to his left, the Avengers are right. The Avengers are right there. And he says, if it's any constellation, I would love to have that drink now. And I just love how nonchalant the Incredible Hulk is when he encounters that giant silver snake thing that came from the sky. that came from the portal, and he's like, I'm always angry. This is what I do. Then earlier, the one of the more iconic scenes where where Captain America tells Tony Stark, take off the suit, and what are you? And Tony Stark responds, Tony Stark responds, what created you is in a bottle, something like that. It was just awesome. So like I said, this film was very, very hilarious, very action packed, and very dramatic. I actually felt sorry for these heroes. It was very heroic when they were fighting the Loki and his army. I love Thor in this film. In the beginning, he comes in, apprehends his brother, and proceeds to go back to where they came from. But then he gets tangled up in all of this mess and gets into two awesome fights with Captain America and Iron Man. I love another heroic scene where Loki is intimidating the Earthlings, and he tells them to bow. One man bows up. One man stands up and says, "Not to you, not to you." And Loki says, "There are no men like me." And then then the old man says, "There are always men like you." And then Loki proceeds to shoot him, and Captain America, in a badass heroic fashion, comes down, blocks it with his shield. Blocks the shot with his shield. An awesome fight between Loki and Captain America ensues. Then Tony Stark, Iron Man, comes from the sky and gives Loki a blast, and it's just awesome. And that's when Thor shows up and apprehends what's his name, and Thor and Iron Man have that badass fight. Then Captain America gets involved in then Thor jumps on Captain America with his hammer, and Captain America blocks it with his shield. Man, just awesome stuff. Then another awesome fight between Black Widow and Hawkeye. Like I said, man, this was just an awesome fight. Then, of course, going back to the superhero cliches, the agent guy from the Thor movie, I keep forgetting his name, but he gets shot with he gets killed by Loki. And he says this was the only way this was going to work. The only way the Avengers were going to come together, if someone died, they had to have something to avenge. I love that. That was pretty damn clever. Like I said, man, this was just an awesome film. Just finally got to watch it again. I've been meaning to watch it several more times, but like I said, I had other things on my computer. But now, since I'm incarcerated from the internet for a while, I got a chance to watch a lot of stuff I've been meaning to watch, and this film was just awesome, man. I hope the sequel is just as good as this film. Like I said, this film just had everything. One of the best films of our time, man. So many awesome scenes, and I hope Avengers 2 is good. The only thing I hate is that Iron Man 3 had to come after this. That Iron Man 3 garbage had to come after this. It had to come after this because Marvel was doing great until that Iron Man 3 crap started. I hope Captain America 2 and the Avengers 2 picks up the steam again, because this was awesome. And I hope DC finally one day connects the dots and produce something just as awesome as this. Well, this was my in-depth review of the Avengers. All right, Doug out.